Hello Pisces, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I want to say a great big thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel, and also those of you who have come across this video and you've ended up liking and following my page as well as my Instagram page as well. So so thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate your support and helping me to grow my channel and to expand the energy out there. So I also want to say thank you to those of you who have shared it. So please do feel free to share other videos out there as well. And I just want to also make mention that somebody asked me a question, or asked a friend of mine a question, her sister actually, and about, why does Lesley always, asking about subscribing to the channel and, following and liking and commenting and that. And so I told my friend, and she kind of gets it, but her sister didn't really. So just in case there are others of you who are out there and unfamiliar about how this platform works, I didn't really understand it properly or fully until I started doing these videos and learning how it actually works with the algorithm and on YouTube. So unless I'm really famous, which I'm not yet at this point, and at the moment, you'll notice a lot of those different channels, they don't encourage or talk about subscribing to the channel when they're talking. So I'm not there at that space, and even if I was, I would probably still just mention that anyway. But anyway, so that's why I do that. Also, the other reason why is it helps me to build my channel, to grow my channel, and it's all part of YouTube. Actually, they know that I am serious. They begin to know that I'm serious about the content that I'm sharing out to the community, to people in the world, the universe, as well. So that's part of it, and so they end up offering opening different opportunities and possibilities for me, for us, whoever is on there, to either monetize it. So that's just one way of being able to to monetize it, to bring in an income of some way or form, because these are for free, of course, as you know, and I'm not complaining or anything, but it's and it does take some time up, so it's just another way of putting myself out there as well. But so that's what that does as far as that goes, but also not just to monetize it, but it also opens up opportunities for where they start to recommend my videos, which takes it out there a bit further. But I've got to be consistently building my channel for them to be able to do that. So that is why I do ask every time, and ask and encourage, promote, subscribing to my channel, because it puts it out there for me. So, but basically, that's what it is in a nutshell. Okay, well, it's just a brief explanation. There's a lot more to it, but I kind of will give you an idea for those of you who are unfamiliar about that. So that's how it works. So anyway, going back into where I normally go, there is okay, I just want to remind everybody that these videos, the readings that come through, the messages are universal, general, basically. So which means they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they don't, then just leave. Just take what does and leave what doesn't. And if it doesn't, none of it fits for you, then don't totally throw it out the window. But because it may be that it is more of a forecast for you. Okay, so the other thing I suggest that you may do is to check out one of your other signs. So this video or this reading is suitable for those of you who are watching for Pisces, and it may be Pisces, may be in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. So and that's what I mean about that. So if you don't know what your signs are, then check out in the description box below, there is a link to a website website that has a free calculator that will work that out for you, and yeah, and then you can check out with the others, and what that will do, you know, it maybe give you an overall comprehensive view about what is going on for you. Okay, so let me see now where we're going. So today I am, you know, the Sacred Earth Oracle deck is what I'm going to be using, in the tarot card. So I just want to also mention that I am available to take bookings for readings and or healing. So just make contact. You can make contact with me by giving me a call. My contact details are in the description box below. Okay, so you can give me a call, or email me, or make contact on my via my Facebook page. Okay, so anyway, let us begin. So, wow, the energy is very different for you guys and girls there, Pisces. It's kind of like the last two I've done is like all over the flapping place, which is amazing because there is movement, and there is amazing too because there's movement with you as well. But I kind of feel like it's more in a more calm way. But I was going to say, directive, which is interesting because normally, you know, one would say collected, you know, energy, or collective, or collected. So I want to say, yeah, you know, and or connected is, yeah, but I wanted to say directive or direction. So, which is really cool because it seems like the energy has settled down a bit for you, which is awesome. You know, it was awesome when it wasn't, in a way. You might not say that, but you know, but I see it as growth. So even though things were kind of a little bit higgledy-piggledy there. So anyway, let's go. Wow, what have you got for Pisces? What have you got for Pisces? Pisces, hey? What have you, oh, here we go. The Ten of Cups has come out first. So there's the, you know, contentment and happy home life with the Ten of Cups. So something's coming to an end, or has come to an end to bring that about, okay? It's like, whoa, yes. So some of you may be still moving through that, but something is coming to an end to bring about this happy, contented, happy home life, which has kind of been something may have been really unsettling for over the last few years, maybe decade. Could have heightened even more for the last month or so, or week or so. So there's something, and the reason why a lot of that is coming back is because you've like stood your ground, they're saying, or you've taken action with, you know, learning stuff about you and allowing some of this like emotional feelings to not overwhelm you or be consumed in it, and you know, close you, but not overwhelm you either. But it's like you've it's like I feel like a lot of you have processed a lot of that, and you've come to an understanding with, and bringing in some knowledge of finding some balance, okay, in there. So that's absolutely beautiful, which is, and you know, and not taking on everybody else's bullshit that was there. It's like you know, it's sorting out. It's like you now know more so the difference between that, and you're separating yourself from it, and not allowing or enabling others to, you know, to fluff around with your energy. That's, you know, or you, but you do, you know, because it's like we allow the people to do that, even though it kind of feels like, yep, they've come in and they've manipulated you and all that sort of thing. But it's like, but we you know, it's taking responsibility for our part in it. So, and it feels like you've done that, and you know, with a lot of the stuff that's connected to that. So, absolutely beautiful. So, there is something about, you know, accepting the limits of both victory and defeat with the Five of Swords. So, some of you, it's kind of like you may be, you know, going into this funny little space there where you are not doing that way with grace, with joy, with harmony, with peace. And the key word is with grace that I'm hearing here, okay? So I'm going to turn that around. So some of you may have gone into this funny little egotistical space where it's like, yeah, you know, see, I told you so, blah, blah, blah. And some of you may have gone into this other space where you may have taken yourself on a spiral downward, in the sense that, you know, questioning what you've done, which has kind of maybe lowered your energy. But it's like, don't, you know, it's like coming to grips with it. Don't let your head get in the way. So it is about accepting, you know, the limits of, you know, accepting victory and or defeat, whichever way you are, whichever part of that spectrum you are on there. It's finding that balance in between, and doing it with grace, with honor, with dignity, with love, okay? And yeah, either way. Cool. So anyway, these three cards here fell out together. And we have the Page of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. They come out together. So there's something about new beginnings in the way that you're, with your mental activity there. And that, so it's like taking charge of something. It's like you're making some decisions, and you're asserting your energy, your power. You're stepping into that, and you're communicating. I think the fear, I feel that the main or the biggest thing there is communication. So it's like, but you're cutting away all those negative thoughts and things like that, and blah blah blah, stories that you're telling yourself that aren't true, that are partially true, and you've expanded them, and blah blah blah. So it's coming back into being in this place of grace. Okay, tension and release. So that, so there's something about that. Something is moving, so because you're letting go of things up here, this new beginning, you've let go of some tension, or you let go of some tension, and then which opens the door for a financial gift or an opportunity for you to be able to see that, and to to notice that sort of things, that sort of thing coming, which is maybe like you were thinking about before. It's like affecting everything that's happening, affecting that part of you. So there's either a new way of thinking about that, a new way of doing things, or something new, and you see something coming up. Okay, so 10 of Wands. Okay, that's coming back. So I'm going 3 cards across, 3 cards down, or 3 rows. So although there were 3 in this lot here, so but that's 1. So we're going to the 10 of Wands now with oppressive burdens. So there's something that you're letting go with that or you're letting go of. You've picked them up, you've sorted them out, you're going to discard them. I'm feeling like burning them for renewal is the end of the, yeah, and that's coming under the 10 of Cups. So there's a lot of, beginnings and endings. So I'm not sure where you are on it. So that's like in the now, coming into, and then what you can do about it, basically, or what is there, or what is still lingering, and it depends actually. So some of you, everything will come out in the order that it's coming out, and then others of you, it will be maybe start at the other end. So it'll work out how it's meant to for you. So anyway, so we have the Moon, which is fluctuation and confusion, and the Moon is is a really amazing influencer with its energy, in the sense that it brings a little bit of this stuff about, and it can tip our world upside down. So it's kind of like and this is under the 5 of Swords with that, the victory and defeat things. So it's like making sure being in control of your energy, being mindful about and aware of of your stuff, where your energy lies. So I feel like this is like with these moon cycles, it's been getting you to take an idea or take note of, at each cycle and yourself as to what is happening around you. So like, for instance, now we are in a waxing moon phase. So waxing means to grow bigger, okay? And we're in the first quarter phase, which is kind of like, oh no, it's not that one on the picture there. But anyway, first quarter phase. So, of the full moon. And so working towards the full moon. So it is a good time to push new projects, and it's a good time to to begin other new journeys, and and undertake some new journeys, and bring them to fruition. Okay, and that's what, so where they're going with that is that you may feel more of a surge of energy, or the energy maybe like getting you to make movements towards beginning something, getting your butt into gear to do something, or something like that. So that's what they're meaning by that. So the moon has a very powerful energy, so utilize it. So, and then with whatever we're doing, so that's, body, mind, body, spirit. So, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, or soulfully, we're working on ourselves at some point. So wherever it fits with you, that's where it'll be. So the old order changes. So there's the Ace of Swords. So there's a new way of thinking or being and doing things. So it brings it about. And it's like, but yeah, and I do feel like there is more. Some of you may be going into the spiral, this could mean either going a spiral downward or a spiral upward, but it's about finding some balance. So there's a double-edged sword to that, was what I mean by that. So, but it's like taking yourself to that hope and inspiration, staying in that space. So if you're feeling like you're going like in a, like sometimes these moon cycles, but things that come up that it triggers, that it brings up for us to look at, our energy can plummet a bit, or go towards a more of a overthinking, or we may think sadder things and that. So it's about being mindful to bring yourself back. It's just a thought. So retraining your mind. It's just a thought and emotion that you're going to work through. Okay, it's in the past, which is generally, or it's somebody else's that you may be picking up. So it's taking notice of whether, if you're an empathic or not, which is, and you're feeling things. If you're super empathic, that being mindful that this may not be yours, that you may be feeling somebody else's energy. So grounding. This is why it's so important for us all, no matter who we are, to be mindful about what is, who we are. That's a whole course, that is. So I won't go too far with that, but I feel like with this hope and inspiration, some of you, it's like it's there to help, to pull you out of it, to look for the star, okay? And some of you, it's just like, letting you know that, yep, sure, I got it. Okay, and change and versatility with the Two of Pentacles. So there's maybe a change of energy with you, that you may be balancing your energy as you're moving through this process. So, and that's pretty cool. And I'm beginning to understand it. It's also, I think, you may be juggling, for some of you, that maybe that as well as, juggling finances as you're going through this process as well. So then we have the charismatic leader, which is the King of Wands. Now he comes in with a beautiful energy, is to with this energy to build up your passion, to keep you moving, to keep you centered, to keep you focused, to, and to let those new ideas to come through and take action with them. That's what he's all about. He comes with this burst of energy, because then we have the Ace of Wands, an outburst of creativity with the Ace of Wands. So something comes your way. So it's like be using this, this beautiful moon energy that we are in right now this week to help you make it happen, and push past the barriers that you put up for yourself. That lack of confidence. Well, what are your lack of confidence? It's like pushing past that and just doing it anyway. Feel the love and do it anyway. And if you feel like feeling the fear and do it, feel the fear and do it anyway. But it's like, okay, so it's like switching that around, that fear. It's like overcoming that fear. And the only way we could do that is by doing it anyway. That's what they mean by that. Okay? Because usually our fear is something that's exciting that we're not wanting to do, to look at, and we don't understand it. We're seeing it as something else, okay? Because the fear can be a driving point, or the fear can be the thing that holds us back. So you choose which one it is that you want to use for you, to use to help you, okay? Beautiful. So productivity, interesting. I'm speaking that because normally I would say productivity, but I'm saying productivity. Okay, so it's been proactive, productive, pro this and a pro that, because you are the professional at knowing what you are, who you are, why you are, when you are, what it's all that sort of thing. You tick and you talk. So it's like being productive, bringing all those things out of you, and turning into productivity. Okay, anyway, I'm going to draw a card out for you, beautiful Pisceans. So from the Sacred Earth Oracle deck. So there's actually two for alliance. So there's something about alliance, okay? So you may be teaming up with somebody. I feel like with teaming up with you in spirit, with some of you that are on the spiritual journey, teaming up with you and your guides and your helpers to help you move through, and also people that are around you. That may be something that's there for you. So, and also there's a consistency as well that's come out there. So keeping on a consistent wave of, going back to that consistency for the productivity to work in alliance with you and the universe. Okay, cool. Yay, awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with all this beautiful, amazing energy, and leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance. That comes from myself, my guides, my spiritual team, the Zions and the angels, and also the Piscean energy that you are connected to. Okay, so anyway, you have a great day. Kia pai tō rā, and have an awesome week, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.